And we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
NerdPoint spoiler review on Antman and The Wasp.
Yeah, full review.
This is what I've been really wanting to finally do. We skipped it on Jurassic World, but
I felt like in Jurassic World there just wasn't too much to do spoiler wise. Like
dinosaurs,
yeah.
They get out.
Yeah. Spoilers for Jurassic World,
sorry. But
escape.
Let's where did I put the I'll be right back. I gotta grab our list. So, all right, I found it. It was easy. Let's start. Dude, you almost started crying at the beginning, right?
Oh yeah, beginning of the movie, like
me too.
Started almost crying. Like it was intense. The scene was just perfect. Like I was like, oh, okay,
you got me. You got it going. That's for sure.
You got me in the feels, man.
I thought this was gonna be funny.
Yeah. But I'm honestly forgetting what exactly happened. Let's run it through. It's a spoiler review.
Yeah. So it starts off with Hank talking to Hope and telling her that they're gonna go find the mom, go find Janet, and
yeah. Oh, but what part made you cry?
Almost.
We almost cried. We didn't actually.
No, when he's telling her. Like that.
Oh, that part. Oh, that wasn't the part that did it for me.
When they're like the whole story of it all.
Oh,
like
that whole story. Okay.
Like when they're leaving. Like this. Oh, I'll be back, Jelly Bean. I'll be back.
I think it was the moment. I think it was the moment he was like, and having to tell you that, like that moment, like he was like having to tell you your mother wasn't coming back. I was like, oh shit.
No, the end of it all.
Yeah.
But the whole culmination, where
that
it was like, it should have been me.
That should have been the whole movie. Just set the whole movie up like that.
But it didn't turn out to just be like that. It was super hilarious.
Really funny movie. Laughed
the whole time.
Overall, definitely a great Marvel sequel.
Yep. Top up there. I think top 3, that's what we talked about. You say it's 2 now. I say it's definitely 3, maybe 2.
Okay.
And I'm letting it all sink in before I make that.
Yeah.
But the fight scenes in that. Holy cow.
I will say, me personally, I think there was a lack of fight scenes, but what they lacked in quantity of fight scenes, they made up for in quality. The fight scenes were very well done. I just think we should have maybe had more. And I'm not normally the person to say that.
I think the reason we didn't have as many fight scenes is because we had plenty of chase scenes.
We did have that.
And so you had to
it was
sacrifice one or the other.
Give and take, for sure.
That knife scene though, when she runs across it, like that whole introduction to how good the Wasp is.
Yeah.
In the beginning, like when Act 1 was like getting over and Scott finally gets the suit again.
Yeah. Beginning of Act 2, you know.
Oh my god, the Wasp was so badass.
Yeah, no. I think that was really cool. I loved the fight scenes where they teamed up too. That was great.
Those team up scenes.
The team up scenes.
Oh, that last team up scene.
Against Ghost, that was good.
Yeah. That was a really good character.
Ghost was a really good character.
The fight scenes with her were super dope.
I loved seeing the powers interact.
Yeah.
That was the fun part, was seeing the powers interact.
They're kind of similar, but they weren't.
I mean, they were similar in terms of they used them to their advantage really well. Like, they played off of it really well.
Well, I mean, like the disappearing act. I'm here, I'm not.
I could see that.
And I think it makes sense because they Pym particles, get you close to the quantum realm.
Yeah.
So, the quantum realm, yeah. I loved it, though. The fight scenes were just,
They were good. They were very good. I liked seeing it. I liked seeing the powers interact with each other. That was fun. Because it's better than seeing, even in Ant-Man 1, it was just it's just someone who shrinks next to someone else who shrinks. It was fun, for sure.
Yeah. But
that was more of an environmental thing, whereas this was seeing, the actual interaction of these different powers. It was fun.
I agree. I loved, God, I totally spaced what I was going to say. I loved all the tech, I guess, is where we should go with this.
Transition to tech.
The small cars.
Yeah, the small cars, that was fun. I mean, everybody got to use them, kind of. Luis got to use his.
Oh, dude, when he's just
Hyundai.
I love you, Hank Pym.
Oh, yeah.
I wish the Hyundai had a horn. that
Oh,
was
that's-
similar to the
yeah.
van.
That's
Like,
funny. That's funny.
oh,
But-
real quick, I remember.
Okay.
I wish they would have made it a little more obvious that she got super strength as well. I didn't think
Ghost?
they didn't point that out very much.
They
And then
didn't-
she punches somebody through a wall.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
I felt like it was kind of a given. Like,
Yeah, it just they were listing off the things were wrong with her or what she could do at one point. It's like, and she's super strong.
yeah, I mean,
I just
I feel like honestly a lot of like when people get superpowers in like movies now, like it's almost a given that they're super strong, and it's like not always. It's like
she just goes through shit. It doesn't mean that she gets to punch people through walls too.
yeah, she can go through walls. Doesn't mean she's allowed to put other people through walls.
I mean,
But let's move
Okay.
on. Let's
Yeah,
move
yeah,
on to
the
tech
tech.
because that kind of plays a part in it. The suit helps her. It helps her kind of control it in a way, but it also helps her not be in as much pain. And so when we did our original hopes and theories, like on this, we did it with James.
the other James,
The other James, yeah.
and he was right.
He was right on a lot of it. Like I would say, the majority of it, he was right for sure.
Yeah.
The only thing he wasn't right about was I would say we'll talk about it in family, but
Yeah. Bill Foster
he's
being.
still kind of right. But
Yeah,
like,
it was like a surrogate father.
yeah, we'll get there though. Let's
Yeah.
not move too quick, too fast.
But,
we've all made a happy birthday sign. But tech. So her suit was really cool. How it helped her, but her powers were directly attached to her.
Yep.
Whereas with our main heroes, it's in the suit. But the dog. But I would say that I liked the fact that buildings are being like everything was on deck for like being shrunken or made bigger. Like it was great.
The building.
Nothing was off limits.
Yeah. I loved the chase scene with the cars when Hope
Yeah.
and Louise.
They would shrink it, get it under another car, and like it'd pop up. Yeah.
And you just knew Hope had it under control the whole time.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh. So, I think the favorite thing that was shrunk was the house.
Yeah.
When at the end, when they're just on the beach and super happy, that I was just like, oh, he saved the house.
I like when Scott was shrunk down to like
Oh
toddler
God,
size.
how would Cap think about you now, or what would Cap think now?
Yeah. If only Cap could see you now. I just thought it was like, I don't know. I thought that was really funny. It was like, it was a good humor tactic. Like,
It was a perfect place for that.
yeah, right. Like kind of at Act 2.
Yep.
Like right where we needed that.
Mm-hmm.
And it introduced us to a technical difficulty.
Yeah, and it kept coming into play during it, and
Yeah.
I like it when they take away the power a little bit from the character. Like
In a way.
he's not. It's not perfect. He can't just like.
Do what he wants when he wants.
Yeah,
It's give and take.
And it made the Wasp a little bit more important, and made the chase
Made
go
it more necessary.
Yeah, and
It's like on the Flash TV show. They take away something from Barry. It makes Wally more important.
or any of those characters like Caitlyn. Like
Yeah.
Caitlyn has to save the day one day.
Yeah.
And it
was a good- it was a good
allows
use of that.
the new characters to shine, I think. There's a hair on the mic. But anyways, I think talking about the characters that gives us our next subject here.
Yeah.
Other than the main two,
Yeah.
which totally equal. Like I can't even tell you which one I liked more. I liked maybe the Wasp a little bit more because she was new. And all her new tech.
Yeah.
Like, she was shrinking shit and the wings. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was she was definitely a jack of all trades. Like, you almost don't need Scott Lang, but like he did prove that he's just as good as her, even with some type of, default like problem going on with his suit. She had to help him. It was funny, but Scott still takes the win for me because he's just this like, he's extremely likable.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard not to like him.
The whole movie, you're just like,
She's
Scott.
She's kind of a hard ass, but
Yeah.
like, you still have that like fond feeling of like, oh, okay, she's like the one for Scott, but like he like she's still a hard ass, but like Scott's just like so likable.
a good yin and yang.
Yeah, really, they play off of each other really well.
Yeah. I love the fact that they both saved each other
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
So it's
He
not...
made up for what he did.
So, other than those two, I think Hank takes the spot in, like, my other favorite character.
You said Lewis.
Oh, will you close that?
Oh yeah.
I changed my mind.
You changed your mind? Damn. Okay.
I'm allowed to do that, aren't I?
No.
Sorry, we left the screen door open. It's a little hot. But no, I think Hank, he had a really good story arc. He was kind of the main character too. It was all revolving around
the third wheel.
his mission. Yeah, right. Stop staring at my daughter, please.
Yeah. Are you guys just gonna? Or no, he wasn't staring at my daughter. It was are you gonna sit there and think about my daughter or something like that? And then it was, will you two stop staring at each other?
Because the FBI, or are you waiting for the everybody to come outside and start shooting at us?
Yeah.
Good humor relief, just like a perfect dad role.
Yeah, he was the dad. Like, he was the dad, honestly, to both of them. Like, it worked really well.
Yeah.
I guess we have Lewis.
Well, you liked Hank, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I liked him even in the first one.
What'd you think about Louis?
Luis? Is it Lewis or Luis?
I think it's Luis.
It's Luis. I have a guy at work named Lewis, so it switches me up in my head. I liked him. I think he had a better role this time around. He was in the film more, which I liked.
He was obviously the head of the three Three Stooges.
Yeah, the Three Stooges.
That's just how I'm gonna.
The ex-cons.
They're Stooges.
I liked the name of their company, Ex-Con Security.
Ah, that was a really good name.
It's really cool. I think he played a really important role even in the film. Like, he played a role where he's kind of the downfall of the team, but it's also Scott's fault. But also, like, he played some comedy relief. But he also, I think he played a good role in terms of he helped them.
Yeah. I think they were willing to give him more of a chance since he shined in the first one.
Oh yeah, he stole the show. He steals every scene he's in.
Oh yeah.
Which is probably one reason why they don't put him in most of the movie. Like, he's not the sidekick.
You think he get in a suit?
Oh yeah, you talked about a suit.
Doesn't he gotta have powers?
He's like, doesn't even have to have power. I bet they'll do it at some point.
Just
Honestly,
for fun.
Just for fun, they'll give him something. They'll throw him a bone.
Yeah, I love the True Serum though.
Serum was
That was the funniest moment in the whole movie again. His story and like
I don't think it was the funniest, but I do think it's funny.
Like, just like how they were explaining it, it was just like, no, that's Truth Serum.
And the guy's like, it's not True Serum.
And then by the end, holy shit, it is True Serum.
Yeah. Yeah, no, other than, I mean, we had
Cassie. I loved
Cassie, yeah.
Cassie.
She played a really good role in the film, too. I think she was just the driving action for
Scott.
At all times, yeah. Like, she was just the driving action at all times. Like, she's the reason he does a lot of the things he does, good and bad. It's all for her.
Yeah, and I love the fact when she gives him actual permission to go be Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And save Hope.
She's like, go do that.
Do you think they're foreshadowing
Big
like
time.
a
Young Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's happening? I think
that's
so. They did it like 5 times during the movie where she was like, I want to be
just
a superhero.
Just in the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
I think because Cassie Lang at some point does take up a mantle of a character in the comics. I forget. I don't remember if it's the Wasp.
No, it's it's like a growing person. I'm not
one of the giant characters.
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be cool. I think they'll probably foreshadow that, or they are foreshadowing that, and that'll happen sometime in the future. They'll probably honestly keep the same actress.
They aren't. They recasted her.
Oh really?
Yep, older.
Damn.
That's why a lot of these rumors are going on right now. They straight recasted her, and she's going to be older.
For what movie?
For
Avengers 4?
Yep.
You know, it's probably because they're doing time travel.
Oh, well, how long's Scott going to be in the quantum realm?
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Avengers 4 picks up 4 years after Avengers 3, and by the post-credit...
Does it?
Yeah, and by the post-credit scene, we know it takes place right as Avengers 3 ends. And that's where Scott is.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean, so technically time does play a big role, so they'll have to recast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're foreshadowing that for sure, though. I have so many questions about Avengers 4. Let's not even get into it.
No, definitely.
But post-credit scene was cool. It had Scott go into the quantum realm, and doesn't have him come out because the snap happens.
Yep.
The snap happens, and that's pretty wild.
Dude.
And everybody's gone. I thought they were going to keep one of them.
I would have liked that.
We didn't talk about that.
Oh, no.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, well, now they got Janet.
They got Janet back out of the quantum realm.
And in the end, it was really dope how she healed Ghost, and she was like a really just troubled, like, soul.
Yeah. Do you think Ghost still has those powers?
I don't know.
Or do you think they're, like, under control, or do you think they're gone and that's the cure?
It's not, because that's why they were going into the quantum realm.
But like a temporary cure, like a medicine. A medication you have to take. But do you think it stops the powers, or do you think it just lets her control them?
Because if her cells aren't being torn apart all the time,
that's fair.
She can't go through walls.
Okay, that's fair.
So, but if she didn't get the medicine, it'd start happening again.
Okay. So do you think they'll use her in the future, or she's just kind of cured? They're going to keep her cured?
I think that they're using her at some point during Avengers 4, maybe.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Like,
just for some small part.
Well, she's not going to have her medicine.
Because they filmed Avengers 4 and this at the same time, so they could have just, been like, hey, come on set, we got something for you.
Well, maybe she's the one that gets Scott out.
Oh, that'd be interesting. That's a good theory. We'll remember that.
Because that's how that just went on, just like clicked for me. Like, we were just wondering who gets Scott out.
Yeah, who else could do it?
Well, it might be her, or does he go into a time vortex?
He could do that.
It was very specifically said, don't go into a time vortex. We'll never find you. Well, if you're trapped forever, we might as well try it.
So let's move on to family, though. Because the big thing is it ended up with everybody being together, kind of.
Well, together in the end. Pun intended.
Pun intended.
But I loved, like, the whole family thing. You had
It was a very family-oriented film. Like, it's a good family movie for the family to see, but it also reflects, like, the importance of family.
Well, and even, I felt like Scott was a part of the Pims at the end of Ant-Man.
It's warm.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it was...
And then, but then
the Ant family.
But then he betrayed them, and they were fucking hurt, dude.
When?
To go to Civil War. Like, when he went to Civil War, he hurt his new family.
But by the end of this one, it's fully, like, they're a family. And, like, I think that's the important thing, is, like, even when they all got out of the building, like, kind of towards the end, it felt like a big, fucked up family. Like, in the end of Deadpool 2 with X-Force.
Kind of. Like, Bill Foster was there, and then I loved it when he was just like, no, I'm not going anywhere without you.
Yeah, and we had a theory. Other James had a nice theory that Bill Foster would end up being Ghost's father, which is wrong, but he kind of acted as a father. Like, he wasn't Ghost's real father, but he acted as, like, a surrogate father. He helped raise her.
Yeah.
He helped raise her. He was truly, in a way, her father figure. And it showed through. And I think that really... And other than that, I think James's theory was completely correct.
Yeah,
I think he nailed it.
He knocked it out of the ballpark.
I don't remember it exactly, but it sounds like that's what happened.
I think we're inviting him back for Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Hopes and theories on Captain Marvel.
And especially with me not knowing as much about Captain Marvel as other characters, it'll be nice having him on.
Yeah. Great family movie, and I love the overarching ending like that. Just everybody got their family back.
Yeah, everybody got kind of what they needed out of it back.
So,
yeah, this was a fun one.
With the whole family, though, who was the villain?
So James asked me this question earlier. He was like, I think it was Ghost the real villain?
Yeah.
Or was it the
Southern dude?
The Southern dude.
We forgot to look up him. But go on with yours.
I kind of honestly, the Southern dude and Ghost kind of felt more like inconveniences. They didn't feel like real villains to me. And I think the real villain was really Time. Time was kind of the real villain, and I think that really showed through because they were completely and totally on a clock.
Yeah, no, definitely. I came out of the movie thinking Sonny Birch, the Southern gentleman, was the actual villain, and then you told me this whole theory, and I was just like, oh shit.
Because he was just like, he didn't even play such a big part. He was just kind of like a little inconvenience that came up and like blocked them. He was more of I don't know how to describe it. Like, he was just more of a roadblock in the way.
Let me put it this way. Every villain, Ghost, Sonny Birch, even Ben Foster, even the FBI,
Foster.
What?
You said Ben Foster.
Or Bill Foster. I think Ben Foster's an actor.
I think so. Go ahead.
Bill Foster and the FBI are all just inconveniences, and you actually never feel as if any of them are in any trouble or they're not going to get away again. Like, at all times, I felt like during the movie, oh, they just need to get the fucking building back, and they're going to. I just wonder how. And, I hope they get it in time.
In time. That was the big thing. And they even show that during when
Hank goes into
the quantum realm, and he's on a timer. He has a literal timer saying when the signal's going to be lost.
And he almost loses his mind when time runs out.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And I think that time is really the big villain.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, Scott has to be back in time to, like...
Oh, for the FBI
for
all
the
FBI,
time. Yeah. Yeah, that was a big factor.
That's even another point.
And they were running out of time to get Janet back, like, before it was aligned properly.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Something like that.
Ghost was running out of time. In a way, Ghost was also kind of... Not necessarily... Ghost was just another protagonist, I think.
No, and I that's why I think we'll see her again. I think her heart's in the right place. She just wanted help and didn't know how.
She just needed guidance.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was running out of time. Time was the villain.
I think so. After you said that, I'm totally on board. It looks like Toke needs to go out, so let's just end it here.
Let's rate the movie.
I liked your 4.5. I'm going to change it from the not spoiler one. 4.5.
Yeah, I feel like our reviews kind of change a little as we
discuss it.
Yeah, discuss it more versus a spoiler and non-spoiler review. Non-spoiler reviews, we don't get to think too much about it.
Yeah, we don't sit down and really discuss it and get into it. But
I'm gonna stick with 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So follow us on Facebook, NerdPoint channel.
You got it.
And then on Twitter at NerdPoint Show.
Me at R2 Dillon.
And me at Mayhem_Ren. See you next time.